Welcome to your journey. My name is Torè Castagnier of Copacetic Coaching. Please make sure to like this video, share this video if you feel it's helpful, so that way more people can get this message. What I want to talk about in this video is something that you need to go through in order to reach your goals, yet you have run from it ever since you were younger. I didn't realize how important it was to go through this one thing until I was around 25, 26 and realized it was the only thing stopping me from actually achieving one of the biggest life goals I have set for myself ever since I was younger. Getting through embarrassing moments. We don't want to be embarrassed. We don't like the feeling of being embarrassed because of how it felt in the past. When you were a child and in school and you got embarrassed, you learn from those moments and you told yourself, I will not allow myself to be embarrassed ever again. But the problem is we stopped ourselves from learning something so crucial, how to be embarrassed. Just because something is embarrassing doesn't mean it's still not necessary to do. Look at this picture of how I looked when I was in school. That is a very interesting way to look in school, right? It was embarrassing, but I had to still go to school. I had to still look like that. But was I taunted? Was I talked about? Was I bullied? Sure, it was an embarrassing moment. But as an adult, we still look at embarrassment the same way. People are going to make fun of us. They're going to say all these things. They're going to judge us. But why care? The more that you can be comfortable with being embarrassed, the better it is for you to achieve your life goals. Think about the person who decided it would be a great idea to sell water. Water! But when you think of it now, it's like, wow, that was a great decision. But in the past, I'm sure that person was embarrassed walking to certain people saying, hey, would you like to invest in my business of selling water? But obviously that person was so confident that that person decided this is what I'm going to do. Right now, there's a company that sells air inside of canisters in the thousands of dollars. Yet none of us would think in our right mind, I'm not buying that. But that person said, oh, well, I'm still going to turn it into a business and do what I do. That person doesn't care about being embarrassed. That person doesn't care about being judged. We have to be comfortable with being embarrassed. Think about when you try to make a speech. The more comfortable you are with the subject matter, the better you feel at presenting. Yet we try our best still to not embarrass ourselves. And when we make a mistake, what do? Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. No one knew you made the mistake until you claimed it was a mistake. And that's the same with embarrassment. Sure, whatever it is that you may have to do in order for you to achieve your goals may be embarrassing to you, but it has to be done. We have to be comfortable with being embarrassed. It is the best way for us to learn one of the most valuable things in life. How can you really know who you are if you're not comfortable with being the most vulnerable version of you? I'm going to say that again because I want to make sure you really understand this. When you are the most vulnerable, that is when you are the most complete version of yourself. And for most of us, we find that to be embarrassing. We don't want to show people that. But how can you be really comfortable with who you are as a person? How can you go out there in the world and take on all that life has to push your way if you can't be comfortable with being your most vulnerable self? If you truly want to be the best version of yourself, which is being you, then you have to be comfortable with being the most vulnerable. And it starts with being comfortable with getting embarrassed. My name is Torè Castagnier. Please follow me on all social media platforms. Just look up Copacetic Coaching, and you have a copacetic day.